Hello, everyone. This is Tom Painter. Thank you so much for joining with us, and thanks for being part of our world. We're celebrating 5 official years anniversary of the foundation. July 1st, 5 years ago, was when I signed up as the very first affiliate, the very first student. We've been working on this thing for quite a while before that. Um, but this is how it really kicked off. This is the first little group. So we started the foundation about 10 years ago, and it was brewing in the back of my mind. I got it set up, legally set it up, put some money in it, gave a bunch of money away to all kinds of different organizations. And then about 6 years ago, I decided, hey, it was time to really make this thing work. I had a chance to go run another major business and make a lot more money, or I could say, you know what, I've got to figure out how to make this foundation go. Because the one thing I'm going to regret sitting in my rocking chair is that I didn't give this a shot. And the odds were against making this work. I got to be straight with you. I didn't think it was going to work. I really didn't. I really did not think it was work, but I knew I had to try, and I was okay with failing. I was totally okay with failing. So officially 5 years ago, well, about 6 or 7, we started futzing around with the format and stuff like that. And then 5 years ago, we literally got the first student, which was me. And then it took a couple of years of programming. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm not the smartest tool in the shelf in the drawer, but I believed it was possible, and I believed that we could do it, and it was worth trying. And it was worth trying. I have no problem with failure. I have no problem with failure. I got a lot of problems not trying. I don't want to be sitting on my rocking chair when I'm older and go, God, I wish I would have tried that. The only thing I wish I would have done was done it earlier. That's about the only things I wish I would have done earlier. I would have loved to have my parents, especially my dad, see what we've created. And he saw a lot of the things that we had done in our lifetime. And he's a big part of this. He's a big reason why the foundation was created, because he and my mom both grew up with nothing. They were born in 1930. My dad's 4 days older than Warren Buffett, but they grew up in 1930. And as you remember, Hitler came into power, starting in about 1928. The credit markets around the world kind of froze. The Depression started. World War II started. And they grew up with nothing. They didn't even have the two nickels to rub together. They fell in love in high school. They got married, started a little family. And my dad only had one sister. My grandpa and his brother started a little service station where they would literally drive around the county and other cities around there looking for cars that had broken down, that were out in somebody's field, or in the garage, and they just go knock on doors. I see you got this old car out in the field, or do you have any old cars that's not running that you'd like to sell? And they literally went door to door finding old cars to buy. And then they would tow them back. And my dad was just young at this point when they did that. He was a teenager. And they would drive him back to this little service station. And my grandpa and his brother started fixing up these little cars and then reselling them. That was all kind of during the Depression. So my dad started with nothing. My grandpa started with absolutely nothing. And they started doing this, and then they kept doing it. And later they got a franchise to be able to sell new cars. And they built a building, and they started with nothing. And they took any profits they made and put it back into the business. When I was a kid, one of my first jobs was sweeping the floors and cleaning the bathrooms and refilling the soda machine. That's one of my first jobs. And my dad learned how to do these things, and he learned by asking other people and watching other people and playing the game. And I grew up in very humble beginnings, very, very humble beginnings. But my dad taught by example. My mother taught by example. The people I hung out with taught by example. They just didn't talk about it. We went out and did it. And so I'm celebrating you. Today is the 4th of July here in America. It's Independence Day. And we're celebrating you. We're celebrating you because you're on the same journey. Life is a journey. Life is a game, and games are fun. Finance is a game, and games are fun. Just depends on how you look at the game. If I give you a coin and you need to flip it and get a heads, well, you got a 50% chance of failing. If you get a tails, are you going to walk away mad like I didn't get that right? No, you don't give a crud about failure. You just get feedback. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try this. That didn't work. Let's try this. When you see the word no, N-O, I want you in your brain to switch the letters to on. We don't listen to the word no. We listen to it as on. We're just dyslexic. Oh, it's on, on. We don't hear the word no. Our job is to go knock on the door, to go knock on the window, to see if the back door is open, to see if the window is open. Our job's to get in there no matter what it takes and then go do it again and learn the secrets and the trades. So I want to celebrate you. And the way we're doing that today, we're celebrating 5 official years. Now, after we got this thing started and we started, getting the program, it took another couple of years. I got to be straight with you. There was one item that I really, really wanted in the programming, and that was the ability to play and compete as a group, to compete 3 levels deep. As compete in your category. What are you? I'm a high school, I'm a college, I'm a church, whatever it is. And then the name of your organization. What's the name of your organization? What's the name of your high school? What's the name of your church? That's your organization. And then the last one was a subgroup. The different grades, the 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, or young men versus young women, doesn't matter, 3 levels. And you know what? It took us a year to figure that out. And I don't know, I just knew that 3 years from now, 5 years from now, it would be very important to be able to have. And we went to work on it, and we got our first couple hundred students. We got our first couple hundred students by working with Melody in the Philippines, because we do a lot of charity work there, and she had people that she knew that could help. And so she's the queen bee. She's the little queen bee of the whole thing, because we got our first couple hundred students. And I had enrolled a bunch of my friends and stuff like that. And it took years to get that first 300 people. Well, as you're going to see in just a second, we got 3 times more students last week. Actually, wow, yesterday. Well, last week. Last week. We got more students last week by 3 times than we did in 3 years when we got started. But I had a belief. I thought that it was possible. And I'm okay if it failed. I don't care if it fails. I just care that I tried. I have no problem with failure. I just have a lot of problem if I don't try. And you're going to see that we just rocked it. We're rocking it, and you're making this happen. My team's making it happen. Josh, Ethan, Jacob, Kurt, Daryl Johnson, Kat, Medi, all of you guys, Ryan, all of you that are part of the team, you're going to see that the foundation is really cranking, and you are part of that. So I want to celebrate you today. So we're celebrating our 5 years officially in the foundation, and we're up to 17,390 people. We got 17,000 more people in the foundation today than what it took in the first 2.5, 3 years to get the first 300 students. And this is what you did last week. You did 1,096 students. You enrolled 1,096 students. Now, some of that is the marketing prowess of my team. So congratulations, you're making it happen. And part of that's you. Part of that is you sharing the wealth with other people. The only way you can get what you want out of life is help other people get what they want out of life. The secret to living is giving. Zig Ziglar and both Tony Robbins said both of those. Just like Bob Allen says, good parents give their kids good memories. Bad parents give their kids bad memories. Your job is to give your family and friends and loved ones a better memory, is to give them a better life. So we had 1,096 students last week, which is pretty incredible. We're up to 163,000 hours of online classes. How do we change somebody's world? How do you change the trajectory of where they're at? How do you put them on a different path? Well, you do it with education. You do it with education, but more importantly, you do it with action. Do something, even if it's wrong. Do something, even if it's wrong. Just do it. And you spent 777 hours last week online. Now, that doesn't even include all the other ways that you could go through our classes. 777 hours last week. So congratulations. And I want to congratulate the enrollers. As you think about the enrollers, what are the people doing? They're sharing the wealth. I don't know any other way to be able to help people except for to be able to give them education and motivation and to help them on their journey to fail and then succeed, to build a belief and then succeed. So you guys are making it happen. You're sharing your link. Everyone has their own link. Everyone has the ability to help someone else. Your job is to help somebody else. And when you do, they're on your team. And your job there is to take them on that team and help them get to the next level. The only way you can get to what you want out of life is to help other people get what they want out of life. And you can see here are our top enrollers. And I'm just as excited for somebody who enrolled 1 person as I am somebody that did 2, 3, 5, but it's possible. And you guys are making it happen. So congratulations to all of you that are on that list. And guess what? As a foundation, we want to help you. We want to support you. My wife and I put $3 million US into the account to give away, to help you plant and to create your own money trees. That's the key. That's the goal of where we're at. So congratulations to all of you. You got a little bit of financial reward. Ring the bell, get a reward, invest the reward. Success is a series of daily habits. Success is a series of weekly habits. Success is a series of habits that make a difference. So congratulations to all of you right there, the top enrollers. And then we look at this and say, okay, well, I'm looking at Johnson and he's doing great. But as you look at this board right here, this one also has the top one on the left-hand side is a rank. So we want to put you in different ranks so that you get to compete with other people. So let's go to that one first. Let's look at the rookies. So the rookies are the brand new people that are 0 to, I think, 5 or 6 people that they've enrolled. And so you can see there's Alex. He's got a total number of 4 that he's enrolled, and he enrolled 2 of them this week. And this is probably, and then it sorts by hours, lifetime hours. So that's how it works. And so all the rookies are just getting started. And guess what? As soon as you get like your 6th person, 7th person, you get kicked up into the beginner group. Now you get to compete with other beginners. And you can see that there's our beginners in that next big group in yellow. Then intermediates. Intermediates are cranking. They're up there. Christina, congratulations. Christina had 38 hours this week, and she's totally enrolled 37 people. There's nobody new for this week, but her team is still working. And of course, you got Johnson and Daryl that are kicking my trash, which is the way it should be. So congratulations to all of you. You come back here and you look, okay, now we look at it as a whole group. So you get to compete with others in your category. Then you get to compete with everybody without the category. So this is just sorting by the new enrollments and then by the hour. So congratulations to every one of you. We're just proud of every one of you. Okay, influencers. What's an influencer? Well, the first thing is you enrolled somebody. You're the enroller. And the second one is, did you influence the new person you enrolled to go duplicate what you did? Now, when we put all this money in the foundation, we had a big choice to make. We could have just bought some advertising and put the classes up and given it away that way, or we could give it to you. And it would be a lot easier just to give it to you. It'd be so much easier to just buy the advertising than to give it to you. That was a much harder thing to do, but we knew that that was really the key. That's the key of where we wanted to go. So there's Johnson. You can see that between his first level of people who've enrolled and the second level, he and Medi have done 1,200 people. Now, if you could go line 3, 4, 5, 6, if you go the tiers, that number would be explosive. 12,000 hours. If you want to change somebody's world, this is the way you do it. And you can see there's everybody on here. All of you are playing. This is a game. Life is a game. The foundation is a game, and games are fun. So let's play the game. So all of you that are on here, congratulations. You're making a difference. You want to be an influencer? Well, you can see that's the big influencer number. Okay. And then any of my team, you're welcome to jump in here at any time. You guys see something you want to talk about, jump in here. You're always welcome to be part of that team. But congratulations to all of you. You're making it happen. And if they can do it, so can you. If they can do it, so can you. You got to have a belief that you can do this, because they are. It's happening. They're doing it, so can you. All right, total stock and cash and prizes we've given away. So far, the foundation, we've given away $123,000 to students all over the world to plant and to grow their money trees. Now, why do we do that? Well, because step number 4 is to automatically invest. It's the easiest way to get started, and that's the long-term thing that everyone needs. The one thing that every adult's told me is they wish they would have started at an earlier age. They wish they would have started at an earlier age. So that's the problem. If you want to be successful, you want to make it happen, study successful people, and then do what they do. You guys are making it happen. Step number 4 is to automatically invest. It's not just to save money. It's just not to leave it in your account. It's to make it work. Step number 6 is multiple streams of income. We got to make a lot more money. And then we need to be able to get it to grow, step 7, and then give it away. Now you're going to do some giving it away in step 3. But step number 8, that's where you want to go. Your job is to be able to give, to be a massive giver. Well, that's where I'm at. I'm number 8. I'm 65. I'm older than the 3 programmers put together. And I'd trade about any one of them to be in my 20s again, but that's dog ain't gonna hunt. So our goal is to help you make this happen. So $123,000 so far that we've given out to students, thousands and thousands of students all over the world. We're planting money trees and helping them grow. The foundation, we've already given over $1.5 million to individuals and to families and schools and churches, charities, groups, and teams to help those in need, because that is a core part of what we do. That is a core position of what we do, is to help other people. You can't take it with you. When you pass away, they're not going to hook up a U-Haul to the back to the hearse and take the cash with you and dump it in with you in the casket. Not going to happen. Your job is to make a difference here. Your job is to make a huge difference. You know, they say that when you die, your whole life passes before your eyes. Well, guess what? You're going to pull out your phone and you're going to look at your pictures. And if your pictures are good, then you've lived a good life. One of the famous people that created Walmart, Sam Walton's wife, Helen, said, "It's not what you gather in life, but what you scatter in life that tells the life you've lived and the person that you are." Now, this is from the family that is probably the richest family in the world, because Sam gave his money to the 4 kids. So if you take those 4 kids and put them together, they have more money than the richest man in the world. So as a family, they're right there at the top. But what did she say? She said, life is not about gathering. It's about scattering. And your job is to go scatter. Your job is to go scatter and help other people. So congratulations to all of you. You're making a huge difference. Step number 8, massive giving, massive giving, massive giving. And this is just a portion of what we've done. Okay, individual hours. Look at this. We got a lot of people going to class. Step 1, you've got to learn you've got to learn the secrets. If you don't have one thing, money, knowledge, or a good experience with money, what are you going to have? Well, it's not the money. It's the knowledge. But more importantly, it's the experience, pulling the trigger and then having the motivation to go do it. So as you're looking at all these top scores right here, you've got people who've been online for 50 hours. You know, if you look at your social media, you've got a little report that shows how many hours you've been online every day. The question is, what are you watching? Where is your ladder? What wall is it up against? Is it watching stupid TikToks that are not going to help you, or is it learning the secrets from successful people? And you can see we've got students that are going to class. First thing is you got to learn the secrets. Number 2 is you just got to go out and learn. Go out there and pull the trigger, do something. Even if it's just okay, we need to pull the trigger. So congratulations. Categories. This is mission number 2. Mission number 2. Well, mission number 1. Let's go back to mission number 1. Mission number 1 is the foundation's mission is to provide financial rewards to students when you attend classes and share with others. These rewards are to be put into your investment account, because that's the one thing that we need to get you started with. And then we need to feed that bad boy. Mission number 2 is that we've created a platform for individuals and families, but also with schools, churches, charities, groups, and teams. You can do this as a group. And then number 3 is to help those in need. So this one right here is the categories. And so this one is happening. So if you've got a high school, an elementary school, a church group, or anything like that, we can create a second group. When you enroll somebody, they are part of your group. When you enroll somebody, they're part of your team. When you enroll family and friends and stuff like that, they're part of your team. Everybody you enroll is part of your team. And you can go to the website, you can pull up into the leaderboards, and you can go find your name, and you can click on it and see all the people you've enrolled and how many hours they've got. And then your job is to celebrate with them. Your job is to celebrate their successes. Your job is to be that mentor, that cheerleader, and help them get to that next level. Now, in addition to that, you can be part of an organized group. So if you've got a big organized group, we can do that as well. So we have high schools all over the world that compete with each other. Inside the high schools, the grades compete with each other. Inside the grades, the students compete with each other, who compete with everybody around the world at the same time. So congratulations. This is a biggie right there. Now, in addition to that, we have the organization. So the first one's category. The second one's organization. What's the name of your organization? So you can see line 3, that's a church. CH means church. 3, 4, and 5 are the top groups. We're some churches. And then you've got elementary schools and you've got other groups on there. So congratulations. Now, this is a biggie right here. This is the Share the Wealth and Win. These are the top enrollers whose students watch this Share the Wealth and Win. We know by stats that if you watch your first video, that the average student spends 22 hours on the site. If you watch the first video. If you don't watch the first video, 0. Boom, you're out. So signing somebody up is the first part. That's the easy part. The second part is getting them motivated to watch. And so what happens when you watch that first Share the Wealth and Win video, we're going to put $10 into your vault. We're going to give you stock. Now, you can use that money to buy Tesla stock or Apple stock, Nike, McDonald's, are one of our favorites, Berkshire Hathaway. We want you to get started. And guess what? All these people that enrolled somebody that they actually went out and watched it as well, they get money into their account as well. Why? Because my job is to give this money away. My job is to help you get that money tree going. My job is to teach you how to water that money tree. My job is to teach you how to create a whole orchard of money trees. You're going to need a whole orchard of money trees to compete with the governments around the world who can't balance their budgets, that are screwing everything up. So I want to congratulate every one of you. You can see there that on the right-hand side, you can see Johnson has 3, Daryl's got 2. The rest of you guys got 1 right there. You got somebody to watch that Share the Wealth and Win video. The odds of them watching more videos and going to more class goes up dramatically. 22 hours if they'll watch that first video. So congratulations. Now we have 173 people. And you can see this is sorted by first name. So if you look on here, we have 173 people through the marketing efforts of our team. So Josh, Jacob, Ethan, congratulations. These guys are having fun because we are spending our time and energy going out into the world and signing people up. And this is of the 1,000 people that signed up, we have 173 people who watched that first video. And they all rang the bell, got a reward, and now they're investing that reward. Okay? Ring the bell, get a reward, invest the reward. Success is a series of daily victories. We're trying to teach you a habit. So when you're redeeming your Buffett bucks, why do we do it the way we do it? Because we can make it a lot easier on ourselves. Trust me, we could put that money into the account. We could manage it for you. We could do all that stuff. But that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to teach you and to have you experience it and to run and build a habit. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. We could do this for you, but we'd be feeding you for a day and then we're doing you massive disservice. But if you teach him how to fish, you take him to the pond, you help him, you teach him how to put bait on the hook. You watch him do it. Even if they fail, it doesn't matter. It's about playing the game. They throw it out there, they catch a fish, they bring it back, they cook it. You fed him and he now knows how to do that and you can change his life. But if you can teach him how to share, you can teach him how to teach, you can teach him how to take that information and go to someone else, family, friends, others, and teach them how to do it. You can change a whole generation. This is how we do it. This is how we change a whole generation of lives. Now, these people right here, their lives are being changed because on average, if they'll watch that first video, guess what? They're going to spend 22 hours on the site. They're going to learn, they're going to earn, and they're going to return. They're going to learn, they're going to earn and return. Now, all of those, there's all kinds of ways to learn. There's all kinds of ways to earn. And how do you return? You return by helping other people. Because when you share with other people, you are changing a generation of lives. This isn't something that just happens that you help them and then it's done, one and done, and you helped them a little bit overnight. If you feed them for a day, if you give them a fish, you feed them for the day, you're done. Now he's sitting around waiting for you to feed him again. We're teaching them how to teach. We're teaching them how to share. So as you look at these first names, congratulations, you got people all over the world making a difference. And again, this is sorted by first name. So here's all the people that watched the first Share the Wealth and Win video. They rang the bell, they got a reward. Now we're teaching them how to get that reward invested. And then we're going to go through the rest of the 7 steps to wealth, because that's number 4, is to get that investment account open. That's an easy thing to do. But congratulations to all of you. See your name on there? You earned money. Ring the bell, get a reward, invest the reward. Ring the bell, get a reward, invest the reward. Create a habit. Success is a series of daily habits. Success is a series of weekly habits. We're teaching you how to do this, and we're taking you fishing. And guess what? You are ringing the bell, and you are making it work. You're learning how to fish. And you're teaching other people how to fish as well. This is how we change the world. This is how we improve people's lives, right here. That's the system. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Now, if there was an easier way, if I could create a pill and give you the pill and help you have a better life, that's what we'd be selling. But that's not the way it is. Life's a game and games are fun. You're here to play the game. And it's just a game. We're not curing cancer. We're playing a game. So think of it as a game. Life's a game and games are fun. Let's go play the game of life. My team, anything you want to jump in here before we close up, celebrating our student successes?
No, just congratulations to everyone that was on those leaderboards. That's super exciting to see each week. I remember like when I first started, there was just a few people referring. It was like Melody and Tom, and then that was it. And now I'm seeing, 30, 40, 50 people a week sharing their link and inviting people. And it's just awesome to see how far it's come. So congratulations.
If I knew a different way to do it, we'd do it differently. But this is the only way I know how to do it. And this is how you help your kids. I was lucky. My parents did by example. We did these things by example. I had my own investment account when I was a teenager. I had my own small businesses, mowing lawns and doing that as a teenager. I made my own money. I was making 12% on my money by investing it. And by having a little business that my dad's helped us all with, that we took our money from, I washed dishes at a car wash, at a truck stop. And the money that I made, I got it invested. I was making 12% on that money. All we've done is add zeros. All we've done is add zeros and commas. But it's the same system that you can do. You can do this. People are doing this. You got 17,000 people. Guys, this is going to be 100,000 one of these days. That's the craziness. This thing's going to be 100,000 one of these days. This is going to be a million one of these days. We're going to have 1,000,000 hours. We're well over 300,000 lessons that you guys have gone through. Probably even higher than that right now. Hundreds of thousands of lessons. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of hours that you're learning how to play the game. But you know what? Your job is to help you, but your real job is to help somebody you love. Your job is to help someone you love. Guess what? We're all brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all spiritual beings having an earthly experience. And when you see this other person, they're just like you. They got feelings, they've got fears, they got successes, they got laughter, they're just like you. They're just like you. They have those same things you do. And your job is to get into their shoes and see from their eyes. And your job is to help them go to the next level. And guess what? The only way you can get what you want is to help other people. That's it. That's it. That's how the really successful people do it. And probably the successful people that you don't see as much, but the real successful people, that's what they do. That's how you make it work. Solve problems. Life's a game and games are fun. Life is full of problems and we want to solve those problems because that's what makes it fun. So congratulations to every one of you. You're making a huge difference and we're grateful for every one of you. So stay tuned. We're going to be right back. We're getting into our next section. Thanks for watching.